Xavier Bourgault for Joel Edmundson? Jesse Puljujarvi for anything that is worth more than a bag of pucks? Man, the Edmonton Oilers trade rumors, which started off with Erik Karlsson this week, have been absolutely wild. We'll break it down in a matter of moments, but before we get there, friends, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome back to the channel here this morning. Of course, it's going to be a little rougher of an episode. It's 8:03 as I record. I just literally woke up, threw on a shirt. You see how wrinkled up this thing is. It sucks at the end of the week when the closet gets thin, but it is what it is. And secondary to that, it's something I've got to get this video up because there's plans for the day. And to that effect, too, I'm already 2 or 3 days late to each of these news stories out there in Oilers land. Anyway, my friends, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do right here is you're seeing this graphic right here. If you want to leave a like on the video, if you're enjoying today's video, let me know. And secondary, if you are new, that's where I was going. Please consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. Just about to 10,000 subscribers. Only about 550 away here. And trust me, we'll cap it off and get it done before the end of the year now. But it's just a matter if you could help out before then, that'd be great. Anyway, Joel Edmundson for Xavier Bourgault. I'm going to talk about this one for very few moments because there's really not much to add. Obviously, that Eric Engels article that kind of sparked that whole discussion. I get it. I get where they're going. I get why they're going there and how they're going there. Simply for Edmundson, obviously, big rangy defenseman with the Oilers would be much needed. But here's the problem I have with the whole thing is it's just a matter of convenience to start throwing good prospects at the wall saying, oh, well, here we go. Let's go throw a good prospect for Joel Edmundson and away we go. Because simply put, if you actually read that article about Edmundson on sportsnet.ca by Eric Engels is in there. There is a line that says, if it was as simple as throwing a quality prospect at the Canadiens to get this trade to happen, 99% chance the Oilers would have already done it. Because clearly, right, everybody's screaming in Edmonton that the defense is hanging on by a thread. Oh my goodness, we need help. And generally speaking, when a general manager has a chance to help his team immediately for no cost at all, like I think this week I've seen a lot of defending that the Oilers need to keep Xavier Bourgault, but in a win-now mode, Xavier Bourgault for a 6'5" defenseman that plays the way Edmundson does, obviously trying to cross-check the neck off of Zach Hyman. Well, it's something you like to have on your team instead of against your team at the end of the day. And really, what are you going to do? Give up a first-round pick? Give up Xavier Bourgault? Give up Dylan Holloway? Right? Reed Schaefer? That's your equivalencies there for what the Oilers could give up to get a Joel Edmundson into the lineup. But again, if it was that simple, it would have already happened. And the reason it hasn't already happened is because you trade Xavier Bourgault for Joel Edmundson and you're absorbing $3 million plus of cap hit that you physically can't right now. So again, this one, now that I look into the details a little bit more, it's even a little bit more silly than, oh my goodness, the Oilers might be thinking about giving up on Bourgault before he even cracks the NHL lineup for the first time as a first-round draft pick. But no, it's literally just a whole shuffling of the deck of, okay, here we go. We needed something for both Canadiens and Oilers markets today, and here it is. And of course, I think, again, this one's a matter of convenience for the Canadiens market, picking on a kid from Quebec that's in the Oilers system that has some pedigree to be a very good player. I think that's, again, like I said, a matter of convenience for Montreal reporting. Just if I'm saying, and obviously too, I'm not really sure because I don't think it actually specified in that Eric Engels video or article where the actual trade market was set for the Oilers, but then all of a sudden Bourgault comes into the name and just is what it is. All right, I've spent too much time on that one because realistically I want to pay no nothing to that one. I know it's been a big topic, but again, still I'm late to it, and again, at the end of the day, to me, it is silly. Okay, that's all it comes down to. Anyway, I'm gonna move this mic closer because I know I'm talking quieter than normal, and of course, hopefully, you're not having a hard time hearing me this morning. It looks like my audio's not too bad, peeking around minus -15 there, or -20. Oh my goodness, hold on. Let me see if I can't fix up the audio there a little bit, because it looks like I am a little bit quiet here for you this morning. So let's see if we can't get that back up to +8 here and see if that doesn't make a little bit of a difference. There we go. That's a little bit more like it. All right. Now, Jesse Puljujarvi, what do we know? Well, his confidence is shot. The Oilers believe in him, and Ken Holland wants to trade him. That's the three things we know about Jesse Puljujarvi as an Edmonton Oiler currently on the roster. No points last night. Nothing real special out of him last night. And the problem is, at the end of the day, is who is going to take a $3 million player that just isn't putting up points when he's supposed to put up points. I don't care if you play Jesse Puljujarvi on the fourth line. I don't care if you put Jesse Puljujarvi on the third line or in the top six. Puljujarvi's role in the NHL as the player he is to put up points to help the team win. And simply put, when he's not doing that, my friends, it's going to be mighty hard to trade him. And here's the thing that Patrick on the Oilers Fanatic mentioned in my chat during the live stream last night, is, you know what, it's probably no longer getting a player in return for Jesse Puljujarvi, right? And even if you do think about Ryan Strome for Ryan Spooner, that's the kind of deal that the Oilers are going to be forced to make with Jesse Puljujarvi if you're trying to get a player back at this point for him. So when it comes down to it, when you're the Oilers and you're sitting here saying, man, what can we do to get Jesse Puljujarvi out of town? Patrick said, well, third round pick, take it, run, I guess. And here's the thing. When I actually kind of talked back with Patrick in the chat as he typed his message and I asked aloud, he's like, but that's actually kind of optimistic view on it as a third round pick. And it's like, oh yeah, hey, you're right there with me, eh? Where it's like I said off the top, my friends, the Oilers would be lucky to get anything more than a bag of pucks right now for Puljujarvi. You can't purposely sewer your own player's trade value to the point that you can't get anything for him and then try to trade him. It simply does not work. That is simply completely backwards. It's the way the Oilers market has always worked as long as I've been a fan. And that's the tough part here for the Oilers, is you've backed yourself into a corner with a kid that's got upside talent, and thing is, you can't do anything with it. You can't get him to perform on the ice. You can't trade him for anything because you've made him out to be useless. You can't send him to the minors because obviously somebody would claim him at that point. And obviously you've also given him a $3 million cap hit, which doesn't entice a lot of teams to begin with. So that's the disaster part here for the Oilers, is you can talk about that Edmundson for Bourgault thing being a disaster, but for the Oilers, Jesse Puljujarvi is the ultimate show and shine of disaster management for the years for the Oilers. And that's not all on Ken Holland. That's not all on Jay Woodcroft. That's not all on Dave Tippett. That goes all the way back to when the Oilers put him in the NHL right away. There was no need to do that, and that's the first thing they did, just like they did with every other first-round draft pick back then, put him in the NHL first game. Well, guess what? That was a dumb idea. The Oilers definitely rushed Jesse Puljujarvi, and now they're trying to force him to be a player that he simply is not, right? When you take a player who creates space via body contact and stick effectiveness and tell him, okay, all we want you to do is body contact, suddenly you take away his tools that make him effective. And just go back and watch the film. Just go back, right? Before Jesse Puljujarvi was injured last year, before he got COVID last year, go back and watch the tape of him working with the Connor McDavid line, and now watch the tape of him working with the Connor McDavid line. There are two different Jesse Puljujarvis on the ice in those clips, and it's very heartbreaking to see what management and the coaching staff has kind of done to Puljujarvi to force him to be a big body in the lineup, when realistically Puljujarvi's not effective when he is a big body. Puljujarvi's effective because he has big body, but has the soft skills that a much smaller man has. So that's where we're going with that one, right? Is, again, you'd be lucky to get anything like a third round pick right now for the Oilers, Jesse Puljujarvi, and that's the tough part, is it's going to be a hard negotiation for Ken Holland, and the same could be said for Joel Edmundson, because if that deal was to be made already, it would have. All right, folks, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, this morning, this afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. If you're new to the channel and want you to hit that subscribe button on your way out, And unless you got anything else to add, I am up on out of here.